In 2007, Michael Burry made $1 billion by betting against mortgage-backed securities, while most other people in the market didn't recognize the warning signs and lost their money. What I'm trying to say is that in times of great crisis, there's also great opportunity. We are in the midst of the global corona crisis, and while there are a lot of companies that are suffering because of it, there's also some that are benefiting from it. Don't believe me? Then just ask yourself how often you used Zoom the last week, or another video calling service, or how much your phone usage went up since the crisis. Facebook and Alphabet are actually doing better than ever because of advertising, but their stock has been hit hard by the panic on the market. And that's something we can take advantage of. In this video, I'll tell you how you can potentially triple your money by taking advantage of the current situation. Why listen to me, you might ask? Well, first of all, hi, my name is Alan, and the main reason why I created this channel actually is to document my journey to personal and financial growth. And also take all of you along the ride, since I see a lot of channels with people that already have hundreds of thousands invested and are millionaires already. The thing is, I am not a millionaire and you're probably not one either, but what I am is someone who's dedicated and has a vision, and I hope you have one too. So see this channel like a case study of someone that's trying to achieve personal and financial success. I'd be honored if you join me for hopefully weekly videos on my passions: finance, videography, and gardening. Now hold on, why gardening, you might ask? That's something a middle-aged mom would do. Well, because it's something I enjoy. And that's the second point I'm trying to make with this channel. Even if your passion is as obscure as, let's say, gardening, you now have more than ever the opportunity to turn your passion into your job. So now that we kind of gotten to know one another, I will tell you step by step how to potentially triple your money. Step 1, get a USD broker. What is a broker, you might ask? Well, a broker is just someone that buys shares on behalf of you on the stock exchange. Why a USD broker? Well, because I'm talking about US airlines today. If you're in the European Union like me, you can get a broker like eToro, which makes it very straightforward to buy US stocks. To be clear, this is not an endorsement of eToro. eToro is just the broker I use. And you actually have to be kind of careful with the fees on eToro, but because we're in a time of great opportunity, the fees are actually quite minuscule compared to return that you're able to make at the moment. Step 2, decide what airlines to buy. And don't worry, I will take you through the necessary analysis to make that decision. In times like this, where airlines are already trading at a very low price, it's best to look at fundamentals. That is the financial statement of the company. So the financial state the company is in right now in numbers. In this video, we're going to look at 3 major airline stocks and assess them to make an informed buying decision. Most of these airlines actually have very little revenue at the moment because they suffer under extensive flight restrictions, which also means that they have a lot of cost because they have to maintain all the aircraft and still pay the staff. So we have to assess how long the company is able to survive before either going bankrupt or taking on more debt, which would further lower the price of the stock. Delta actually has a very big chunk of long-term debt, but not all of that is due right away. So let's check when their liabilities actually become due. We can see that they have around 1.4 billion that was due in 2019, and 2.4 that's coming up in 2020. While this is quite a lot, Delta actually has quite good profit margins and access to revolving credit of 3 billion. Revolving credit is pretty much just a company credit card they have access to. So based on that, I would say that they would be able to pay off their long-term debt for 2019 and 2020. So all of what I've showed you till now was pretty much historical data. Now we're going to look at some recent updates to get a clearer vision of the company's directions and how well they're doing at the moment. Delta's CEO announced that they have around 6 billion in quick cash available to them at the moment, but they're freeing up another 10 billion till June. Additionally, 1/3 of their employees actually agreed to paid voluntary leave to cut costs. They also received around 2.7 billion in public aid in form of, well, public aid and also long-term loans. And these are much needed measures since they're burning through around 100 million a day. Think of that. 100 million a day. But they're trying to lower that to around 50 million by June or July, which should definitely allow them to survive this year, which I think will be the hardest for the industry. So this pretty much wraps up our short analysis of Delta Airlines. Other airlines to look at are Spirit Airlines and Southwest. Save is actually the smallest of the bunch, which means that this crisis could be a challenge for them. But this also means that since there's more risk, there's also more reward. So if you want to go for a more risky type of airline, maybe look at Save. Southwest is the largest low-cost carrier, and they definitely have enough money to pay off their short-term debt, but they also have enough money to pay off their long-term debt. So Southwest has pretty solid fundamentals, but there's less money to be made in that. So let's go back to the kind of clickbaity title of the video. How do you actually triple your money now? Well, just buy an airline with pretty good fundamentals and wait till pre-corona crisis prices. Wow, that is a mouthful. Don't believe me? Then just check what insiders, aka people that know what they're doing, are buying at the moment. The big caveat to all of this though is that it will take some time for the aviation industry to recover. This could be 2, maybe 3 years at worst, so if you're buying airline stocks, you have to be in for the long haul. Now you might say that all of this is way too simple, and yes, I agree. Since this video is meant to be just that, I kind of gave you an introduction in how to get started in investing in airline stocks, and now it's on you to actually go out and look at some fundamentals and decide on what airline to buy. With that being said, I'm not telling you how to invest your money, this is just my opinion. Now, if you're interested in this case study, that is my channel, and want to join me on my journey, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon, and with that, see you next time. Have a good one. Goodbye.